Live at the Hive. I'm your host, Janice Jokkel, and I am so excited to have our next guest. Karl with Medina Weekly. He and I go way back, like 15 years way back, and we have had the opportunity of doing business with each other, building a relationship that has been cemented over the course of time. And today is just a really impressionable moment for me because he allowed me to be able to birth a new business within the Biz Hive, and we're gonna let him tell a story. So, Karl, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah. So, I ask everybody, what do you do?
Well, I guess you could say I help people tell their unique story, and I do that through messaging and helping them create ad campaigns. My current way of doing that is with Medina Weekly. I think the biggest part of what I do is just talking to folks, people in the community, whether it's a nonprofit or a business, trying to find out what makes them different, what is their unique story that they're trying to tell, and deciding is there a way that we can help you get the message out. Sometimes we can, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but lately I've really been focusing on going back. So we launched Medina Weekly. This is today's edition. And we launched it in summer of 2020. Great time to launch a business. Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, and we did it because there was a void in the market, and we needed a community paper that went to every single home. Every single home. So all of 44256, over 24,000 at the time. We scaled back a little bit to 21,000 in December. But the goal was to give the community a product that was uplifting to the community. And by uplifting, and yesterday was such a crazy day for uplifting the community. Uplifting starts with businesses that are doing good things in the community, but really the nonprofits. In this issue alone, we have 5 nonprofits that we highlight. And so week after week, since July 9th of 2020, we've been highlighting at least 4 to 5 nonprofits in every single edition. So when you do the math, that's a lot of people. And one day I'll go back and actually do a spreadsheet and list them all, but time gets away from people and I just haven't put that together. But that's really what we try to do is engage businesses and nonprofits in conversations and see if there's a way we can help them.
Yeah. So, Karl, when we launched the Biz Hive back in 2021, March, or it would be April, I knew I needed to reach out to you. And some people are like, why are you putting an ad in the newspaper? The newspaper. But listen, I am telling you, print is not dead. And I've learned through you in my other ventures that consistency in marketing is what is going to win the race. If you think you're going to spray and pray marketing and it's going to work, it doesn't. And, social media has its place, but social media is warp speed swipes right now. And the algorithms are not doing it. And so when I said, gosh, I need to get to this community to let people know what the Biz Hive is, what we do, how we make an impact, I was proud to say, Karl, hey, I want to do business with you again. And this is how, and you've navigated and guided me and really got me to think differently. And I will tell you, 2022, my little tiny ad that I was consistent and faithful and patient every single week for 52 weeks brought me all my business last year. And that sparked an idea.
That's amazing. So, yeah, and this is the ad, by the way. Just a nice little ad that Janice has run every single week since she started, basically. And you and I have talked about it many times. I mean, when an ad goes in to try to tell your story, that doesn't mean that on Friday when people read the paper after getting it Thursday in the mail that they're getting a phone call saying, hey, I saw your ad. It's just not
at
how
all.
marketing is.
And it may be a couple months.
It's not how real marketing works. I mean, gimmick marketing, when people throw out some crazy offer, that sometimes generates calls. But our goal is never to say, hey, here's one ad. Let's get this done. Our goal is to foster a relationship where we can tell your story. And I know that when you started, we were changing it up every week and trying to, because the Biz Hive has so many facets of what you do.
Yeah, we do.
And it is a unique story. I mean, if there was ever a unique story, it's the Biz Hive. Is Is it a secretarial service? Are you business coaching?
Yeah.
Is it rent an office? I
Yeah.
mean, there were so many. Is it, give me a virtual mailbox? So many avenues to discover. But I think you found out, and thank God that, you wait 6, 7, 8 weeks, and the big call comes, and then another one comes down the road.
Yeah.
Not every business is like that, but I always think that just messaging, getting the right message, which you're really good at doing. I mean, that's kind of what you do.
Yes, we do. It's part of our niche.
And just getting that message out to the community on a regular basis keeps you, number one, top of mind.
Yeah.
Which is a little different. So, like in Medina Weekly, because we come out every Thursday, top of mind is one of the ultimate goals of what we do. Getting the message, getting it top of mind, giving people so that when their car breaks down or when they do need a chiropractor, they're thinking of that person first. But
Because that need, sorry to cut you off, but that need isn't always immediate,
it's not
right?
there, yeah.
And so it was funny because I was talking to another advertiser that we were in a networking group, and he said, yeah, it's the craziest thing. They cut my ad out and walk in my door, and then I know it's validated. That's exactly the same with mine.
Yeah.
It may be 6, 7 weeks before I get a call, but it's that consistency in being diligent on knowing that you have to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I totally agree.
And yeah, one of the things that when I talk to anybody, and yesterday I talked to 2 different nonprofits and a couple businesses, and I am a part of your team, and as you know, I'm a part of your team.
Yes, you are.
I mean, when I work with somebody, we're not just providing a service where we put your ad in the paper or write a story on you, which we have written a story on you, and we've written some great stories for local businesses, but we want to be part of your team. We want to be a go-to as a resource. We've sat down and talked for 45 minutes, an hour at a time.
Well, when we were birthing this,
over this amazing product or any idea.
Right.
I mean, I'm another person to bounce ideas off
Right.
of, and
Right.
I think that's an important thing. We're not just a coupon magazine that puts out a shiny, glossy product and see you at once a month. I mean, we want to talk to people and see how we can truly help them. And Laura Parnell on the Square at Cool Beans, Laura Cavey now, brought me into a nonprofit yesterday. I happened at 5 o'clock. I went up there and met this amazing family that started a nonprofit in Medina to help erase hunger in Medina. That's their ultimate goal.
Wow.
And address food insecurity. But I got to talk with them for over an hour last night, and I'm going to do a story on them. But it's that kind of stuff that makes the paper worthwhile to me. I mean, if we can help the community to be a better place to live, if we can help the community to shine, and I don't know, I think you might have told me once, but I think there's over like 1,000 nonprofits in Medina.
Yeah.
We talk to so many of them, but if we can shine a light on any of them at any given day so that the rest of the community knows about them, that's the ultimate goal of what we do. If it's a strong community, then businesses succeed.
Well, they thrive.
And we all thrive.
Right, right. And so with that mantra of, highlighting those nonprofits and so forth, those nonprofits aren't paying for that. So it's the funding from people like me that are faithful in being in the newspaper and being an advertiser and promoting my business. My ad is helping you highlight those nonprofits in our community in allowing this paper to continue to be, strong and viable in our community. And so our story together, when I came to you with this brainiac idea by saying, I love being in your paper, but I need to also have other avenues. I'm thinking of birthing something. And you're like, really? And it's not competition. We're not in competition with each other. We are in collaboration with each other, because my readership is 100% businesses and professionals, that the articles are strictly to be able to give them education on how to run their business, how to hire the right team, and so forth, where yours is 100% about community central of highlighting nonprofits and businesses and the now kind of stuff. That hence why I support your mission of Medina Weekly. And so when Karl and I had that conversation and it came to light, I was like, will you be a part of my journey as I'm a part of yours? And so I am honored and privileged that you are a sponsor of us,
Yep.
and that you found the vision of what we're doing, and that you're sponsoring a page for us. So, I buy an ad with you and we collaborate, and you're sponsoring the new businesses in our community. So those new businesses do not have to pay for that ad because of your contribution, and we get to highlight those new businesses out to the community, and that's our give back. And so, our relationship has just grown over the years, but it's down to the relationship, right? It's how can we build more relationships in our community, and more importantly, highlight those community connectors like you and I, but more so, there's so many more out there. So, Karl, I ask everybody this. What is your legacy you're going to leave in Medina?
I hope the legacy I leave in Medina, other than my family and my children, I mean, if I have to think of one legacy, it's the children that we raised. And, Sam and Jake are just the most amazing children. And I'm confident with 100% certainty that they'll do great things in the world. That's my number one legacy.
Yeah.
After that, I want people just to remember that I was always there and I always tried to help, tried to do the right thing, and tried to be a part of the community, whether it be as a part of the Medina Oddfellows or as part of the Salvation Army, to do the right thing to lift up the community and not just live for myself. I mean, I think when I talk to people and I see them giving of themselves to the community, we have one partner, Joshua Bauman, a Vans tire owner in Wadsworth and now in Medina. Boy, if I could tell you all the things that he has done for people with never asking for any publicity. We give him publicity sometimes.
Maybe he needs to be in your seat
people
next
like
time.
that, people like Laura Panella Cool Beans that go out of their way to make introductions to help nonprofits. People like Colleen at VCS, that the people that give of themselves to the community. That's what I want to be. I'm not as active as a lot of them, but I try to do that through the paper every day. And when I look at this issue, I was kind of breezing through it before I came. The first article is about affordable housing in Medina and how these partnerships are helping. And then we talk about some of the great youth sports. And by the way, our sports coverage isn't like, we're not giving you scores of the basketball team beat this team by this much and the gymnastics team did this. We have like 5 articles in here highlighting things you don't know about the sports. Like in Highland, U continues to dominate, and Cloverleaf, Colts runner-up. So it's not just about Medina City, and then it's about the whole community. But we go back to we're talking about English classes and foreign language collections available at the library, just different things that highlight the community in general, and the Arts Council, Medina High School Hall of Fame, United Way helps to with a live lion answering service.
So don't throw this newspaper away. When you get it every Thursday in your mailbox, read it. There's tons of content that is vital in our community.
And this is one of my favorites. The Oddfellows have this new scholarship that they created for all of Medina County schools. Three awards given out, $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000. It's the Jerry Gunner Community Betterment Scholarship, which I'm thinking community betterment. What better fit for us? So, we sponsored this page, and, it's they're bringing on, by the way, to raise money for the scholarship, the Diamond Project at the Medina High School PAC on April 29th. For $20, you get to see the Diamond Project and the Medina High School Stardusters Jazz Ensemble.
Oh,
it's going to be a great show. I mean, who doesn't like Neil Diamond, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and the Diamond Project's like one of the best bands, and it's like they play in a 9-state radius. But,
wow, that's awesome.
I think we're talking about bands. I want to give a shout out to our editor, Kevin McManus.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Kevin is playing with his band, The Shootouts, in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry. So I'm thinking to myself, does anybody have a cooler editor than we do? I mean, Kevin McManus, his band, The Shootouts, is now #1 in the alternative country rankings as of yesterday, March 22nd. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gotten down there, but I had some family obligations this weekend. But I guess that brings it all around to when we started this paper. It was me and Kevin. So we brought Kevin on board as the editor. He's young. He's maybe 32. We wanted that young, fresh voice. He has complete control of all editorial content. There's no throttles on him. So he keeps it young and fresh. But Kevin really emulates the ideas of Mitch Allen, the founder of this paper. Mitch Allen, by the way, founded Mimi's back in 2001. And Kevin emulates that idea of doing whatever he can to support the community, enhance diversity, and just talk about ways to make this community better. And he's done a really good job with that. But
Good.
I will circle back to, you brought up print is not dead.
No, it's not.
And my goodness, it is not dead. Mimi's, the founding, the sister company of this paper, and the reason we exist, they've had growth every year for the past 5 years. This year, we were 11% over the previous year. We added 3 zones. So while some papers are just going away completely, some are going all online, we're still putting out a product to 21,500 homes now. Every week, it's growing, and you are a shining example of why it works.
Yeah.
I mean, most of our advertisers, as people that read the paper see, they've been in it since the beginning.
Yeah.
And they're doing it because it works.
Yeah.
People, it's funny, the biggest question I get in the job is, can you tell me about the return on investment, the ROI?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I have no idea. I mean, there's just no way to do it.
Yeah.
We don't, the only thing I can tell you about ROI with us or any newspaper is look at all the other advertisers that are in there and see what they're doing. And if they are the most successful people in the market and they're in there week after week after week, something's going on.
We're going to end with words of wisdom. So what would you like to leave our viewers with today? What's words of wisdom that you would like to share with us that's not business related?
Well, my word of wisdom is that in anything that you do, whether it's trying to get in better shape, whether it's going on a diet, whether it's trying to save up money and build equity for the future, consistency is everything. I mean, in life, if you're trying to improve your state of mind, and every day you're reading different affirmations, like, anything you do, whether it's trying to read more, and this comes from one of my sons, if you're trying to read more, read 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Then you'll find yourself reading a half hour a day. If you're trying to work out and you can't get to the gym, do 20 counter push-ups a day. Yeah. This comes from my wife. But, just do a little bit every day, but be consistent in what you're trying to do. And eventually you'll reach your goals.
Right.
But you can't reach them without trying.
Yeah.
And I guess the best word of advice for anybody in life is you got to try. I mean, just try things. And if it doesn't work, you at least can say you tried. And that's probably the most important thing in life for anybody.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to take that first step in whatever you're doing, because great things happen after you dive into the waters, as they say.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Karl.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing to have you on.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay, until next time, we can't wait to bring you another amazing community connector here in Medina. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Toodles.